Mother issues, father issues. These two are fundamental in our development to address and to go deeper into our core and to really reflect on how we are set up. What is our makeup? Without looking at these and really addressing our mother issues, our father issues, how are we going to discover ourselves? It's about deprogramming the programming we've discovered or we've experienced in the womb. Mother issues start for me in the womb, but they actually start at conception. What is the relationship with mom and dad at conception? That is as far as I would go back about patriarchal behavior or what is going on between the mother and father around conception. Then your experience of being in the womb, your first connection with another being, another spirit, your relationship. What was your mother's relationship with your father? What was your mother feeling while you were in the womb? This is all shaping how we relate to the outer world and the inner world. And is it safe? Signs of a mother wound can be in so many shapes and forms, and they're pretty similar to the father wounds. So you may have had a mom, for example, who is shut down emotionally, who was not, maybe was in the home, but not emotionally available for you. Maybe not nourishing you. Maybe being critical of you, analyzing you, manipulating you. What was your experience of your relationship with your mom? So where does this all begin? The mother wound is through the generations. It starts back in the ancestral line on the feminine relationship with the male. How women were treated, how women from society were thought about, were they second citizens, where was their place in the home. Now, the mother wound will be very different for each one of us, related to our ancestors, related to our geographical or religious belief systems. Each part of the world that I work in, the mother wound is shaped in a different way, related to religion, related to many different aspects of society, and what pressure is put on a woman in society. The pain of the woman, the pain of the mother, is passed on to the children. And it's not only the women who will have the impact of the mother wound, the son will too. So in this webinar, I'm going to do 4 webinars. It's going to be 4 deep webinars, and it's going to be working with both the mother wound and the father wound. So you change the way you reflect with yourself and life. Without acknowledging what is in our systems, what is in our own relationship with our mother and our father, we will not be able to see through our lens. We'll be seen through our mom's wounds, our father's wounds, our mother's disconnection, our father's disconnection. Mother's wounds will show up in highly critical, highly perfectionist, in maybe body image as well, anxieties, addictions. It will show up in many shapes and forms. So in these webinars, I'm going to work very, very detailed and very deep to deprogram our systems so we can really finally connect to self, and to really go deeper into nourishing oneself. A lot of mothers were in survival mode, especially after the war, or if they were a single mom. And then we become the survivor, we become the good boy, the good girl. So it's the shape we become is really based on our relationship with mom and dad, and how mom and dad maybe were not nourishing us or making us feel safe. We're not there as a support system, as a safe support system, loving support system, maybe ashamed of showing emotions, expressing emotions, maybe walking on eggshells. So then I become hyper vigilant. I really control everything in my life because I had to control. I manipulate. I have anxieties, deep rooted, maybe depression in the system. So as we address the mother and the father wounds, it's going to bring you back to yourself. It's about finding oneself, nourishing oneself, loving oneself, being there for yourself on a very, very deep way. So I'm looking forward to really going deeper into self, knowing thyself, and really tackling in a very direct way what is running our systems, what is running our emotions, our frozen emotions, what part of our lives do we need validation because I need validation from my dad. So what is running our system? What is running the show here? So these questions are very, very important. And I will go very, very deep into all the issues around the mother wound and how it affects us in our daily lives, how the father wound plays out and affects us in our finances, our relationships, our emotions, our self-confidence, nourishing oneself, loving oneself, being there for oneself. So I'm really feel it's the time to go deeper into yourself, to feel safe within yourself, to feel nourished, loved, accepted, to be comfortable being vulnerable, to check in with your heart. How is your heart doing today? To check in to say, I'm having a rough day. What do I need? How is your relationship with yourself? How is your actual relationship with your partner? How are you doing? In this webinar, I will really go through and face what programming is running your system, what parts of you is bypassing self, what parts of you is frozen, what parts of you is competitive, controlling, hypervigilant, anxious, what part of you has been programmed with body image, what part of you is workaholic, addictions, what part of you has taken on maybe some mental illness from the mom's line, dad's line, and to really address all these core topics in these 4 hours so you're set free to be yourself, to shape your own now to shape and to live your creative channel and your expression of you. So I invite you to be part of this transformational, potent teachings, clearings, activations, breakthroughs, nourishing, loving, kind, supportive, powerful 4 hours. And to really deeply respect oneself by finally listening and accepting how are you doing? How is your heart doing now? How do you feel now? Without deflection, without self-judgment, without self-dialogue. How are you doing now? I look forward to supporting you and holding space for you in this webinar so we recreate and rewrite and deprogram and get to know thyself by clearing and transforming and first acknowledging what mother wounds are in me, what father wounds are in me, so I can live and be myself, so I can have a loving, kind, nourishing relationship with myself, life, partner, friends. It's time. And I look forward to seeing you at this webinar. Have a beautiful day.